The today presentation, which is very important for everyone to understand it. For the CS exam, that is for the selecting optional subjects. Choosing of optional subject is very necessary for everybody to select it very carefully. Do not randomly pick up your optional subjects. At the hand, you will be repenting and that why, without decisions, without anything, that I have selected my optional subjects. Let's see it. Today, I will guide you that about optional subjects. Optional subject, you know, uh, which is playing a very important role in CS exam will lead to success. Here, uh, some tips which I will to debut with all of you. First and foremost, that you have to see uh, the optional subjects very, uh, you know, carefully and look with it. Focus, you have to select them. Initially, the optional subject uh, is very important to elect it in part CSS exam, right? The selection of optional subjects. How? How to select? CSS exam, which is very top exam in entire Pakistan, but CSS exam, when you're preparing, that is 12 papers, 6 compulsory papers and 6 option papers. The compulsory papers already have selected by the Federal Public Service Commission, and the optional papers you have to select with very carefully. If you know those person have wrong select the optional subject, uh, at the end they are repenting. So here today that I will guide about it. Optional subjects is very important here. Uh, Rules for choose the optional subjects. Here are some important rules you have to select. Give your that is syllabus. In syllabus there are multiple optional subjects like sociology, anthropology, political science. There are some other optional subjects in here, right? Every paper is 100 marks, right? Total marks is 1200 marks in written part of CS exam. In optional subjects, here are important roles that you have to see it in syllabus. If you select the 100 marks subject, that is okay. If you select 200 marks like the political science, right? If you select the 100 marks, so it's also okay. You have to select 6 papers, 6 subjects, and optional lines, which will given by the Federal Service Commission in syllabus. Tips optional subjects for high marks. For high marks, that first and foremost you see your own self. How I have read or have coached the plenary subjects in my uh, time, in my college, in my school, right, in my bachelor degree and in intermediate. Uh, and secondly, that see your command. In all the subjects, you have command with uh, focusly, right, but carefully. That in how many time you read it and you comprehend the materials from books, from notes, and right. And furthermore, the selection of optional subjects, which is the key of uh, development there. In fact, if you select optional subject, that you will get high marks. The tips here, first and the foremost, that is, you see yourself in which subjects you have more interest. When you are reading the subjects that are not bored, if you bore the subject to you, they don't select it, right? And the second step, that is, I have told earlier, in which class, in which in intermediate, bachelor degree, you have studied very well, then you have to select it. If you not study it, then I think should select another subjects. Likewise, you have not studied science subjects very well, then don't and select and choose another subjects. Right here, there are numerous subjects that you select. Actually, if you select it, you're according to command and to your interest, rapidly you will apprehend high marks. Um, uh, However, most of the students, when they randomly pick the subjects in which they are not interested, they just focus and they just see the high marks. That's these subjects have high marks. All of these subjects are good. It just depends on you. Have you studied? How many interest you? How can you cover it? Right? And the original language they have when you selection of original language like always Pashto, uh, because Pashto is my mother tongue. If you are Punjabi, if you're selecting a Punjabi language, if you're selecting a Sindhi, so you're keep, you know, uh, about it, you know about it better, the original language, about the grammars, the vocabulary, if you know about it, because it is score marks. And these subjects, reading language, have a high score. And when you are acting these subjects, then you see first and foremost vocabularies, how to write, how to read. If you know about these, we have to select these subjects.